Welcome back to CBS Sports HQ. Jeremy St. Louis alongside NBA analyst and writer Bill Reiter as we shift the focus back to the NBA in a critical Game 3 between the Phoenix Suns and the New Orleans Pelicans. Bill, Coach Avery Johnson called this a must-win game for the Suns earlier today, given the situation with Devin Booker and all the momentum with the Pelicans. So what are your keys to this game?
Yeah, it really is a huge game, and this is a better Pelicans team than I think the casual fan, Jeremy, realizes. Since CJ McCollum got traded to New Orleans, they're a 54, 55 win team over the course of that sample size that he's been there. For me, it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Chris Paul has to be the guy on the floor who's the best player on this evening. And from a scoring perspective, from a points perspective, from just a talent differential perspective, he's got to be the guy. If Chris Paul can step up and step in for Devin Booker and make this Suns team look like what they've been all year, which is the favorite really, or one of the 2 or 3 favorites to be NBA champions, they win this game. But short of that, it's going to be a really long night and a really long series for Phoenix.
Bill, would you agree that this is a must-win game for the Suns, not just on the court, but psychologically as well?
So I actually wouldn't. So for me, and maybe it's the semantics and the exactitude of it, just I've covered enough of these NBA games. I don't. So here's when I stopped believing in must-win games. Is in 2016 when I've been on the road for 2 months and the Golden State Warriors went up 3-1 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I sent my wife a note that said, "I'm coming home. Tell the kids I'm coming home. We're going to Disney." And then I spent two more weeks on the road because momentum can shift, and at this level of talent that teams like the Suns have, until they're out, they're really not out. And this is pretty early in the series, but I would agree that it's a massive, massive momentum game. You win this, and it's, I don't want to say smooth sailing, but it resets things where they're supposed to be. You lose it, and you're in a knife fight for your playoff life in the first round against an 8 seed as one of the favorites. So it's a huge game. I wouldn't call it a must-win game.
Yeah, Suns favorites to win the NBA title, certainly at least to get back to the finals, but they've got to win tonight, one game at a time. All right. Yeah, Suns favorites to win the NBA title, certainly at least to get back to the finals, but they've got to win tonight, one game at a time. All right, so what's your top matchup to watch in this game?
Yeah, for me, one of the keys is Mikal Bridges, who's an outstanding defensive player. He finished second on my defensive player of the year ballot. And I know he spent a lot of time on CJ McCollum. I'd love to see him spend some time on Brandon Ingram. It's really whoever has the hot hand for the Pelicans. You can't let Brandon Ingram be an offensive force of nature. And if it becomes McCollum who's that guy, then Bridges can go there. For me, what he can do defensively, what he's capable of, you've lost Devin Booker. You got to make up for that with Chris Paul. But you've also got to make sure you reduce the other team's 2 stars' abilities to take advantage of that. And for me, the Bridges is a huge cog in that game plan.
And as you said, this Suns team, a very, very talented squad. So hopefully they can make up the loss with Devin Booker. But you see the impact that he has on this team in terms of winning with and without him. They're 8-6 without him, 56-12 with him. You see that offensive rating, though, take a dip. And then that net rating takes a real dive when he is not on the court with the Suns. All right, let's welcome back Tim Doyle for his thoughts on this game. Tim, I'll ask you the question. Is this a must-win game for the Suns? And with them giving points here, what's the pick for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an important win for the Suns. Like Bill said, it's not like must win because they have still go out there and the Pelicans still win 2 more games this series and anything could happen. But I love the Pelicans. I don't know what noise the Pelicans, like if that's their noise, like I'm all about it right now because you gave the Pelicans hope in game number 1. No, not when they failed to score 40 points in the first half. But in the second half, they made a game where they scored 37 points in the first half, competitive in the second half. And I thought that was a belief, a confidence that they needed to carry over in game number 2. Now that they covered the spread, they go out there and win the game. And now they have a chance to come home. And Devin Booker, to casual fans, doesn't get MVP consideration. But he is an electrifying scorer, and Chris Paul has helped him kind of round off his game, become a better playmaker, make other guys better. I mean, he certainly should be more in the MVP conversation, and he's not going to be playing. We got 31 points in 1 half, and he's not going to be playing. This is like all about not who you play, when you play them. And right now, my friend would go out, not going to name names. His name was Robbie. He would always say at the bar he was looking for like a wounded zebra. I'm not going to get into that, but he always said like the one with like a bad hoof. right now, the Suns are that wounded zebra, Jeremy, and you must take advantage of them.
It's a lot to digest. It's a lot to respond to. By the way,
there is a lot there.
I mean, Robbie, wherever you are, you can seek professional help. They're out there, and there's no stigma. Go out there and get some help. Oh, by the way, I'm with Tim 100% on Devin Booker. He was fourth on my MVP ballot this year. Incredible player. And I love what C.J. McCollum has brought to this Pelicans team. And Brandon Ingram's been awesome. And not that it matters who I like or don't like. There aren't many guys in the NBA that I do not like who loathe me and have screamed at me for 5 minutes as if I stole their girlfriend. Chris Paul and I don't get along. We are not friends. That doesn't stop me from voting for him when I have to, when he deserves it. I voted for him third or fourth for MVP over the years, and it doesn't stop me from betting on him and his teams. The guy is a miraculously talented basketball player, even if his charm when dealing with people he disagrees with leaves him, even when he's Robbie from the bar, maybe off just a little bit. I like the Suns minus the 2. I got them actually minus 1.5. I still think, and again, I'll just go back to, I think too often we overreact to single games or streaks. I know the Devin Booker injury is huge. I get it. I just think the Suns are a markedly better team with Booker and still a slightly better team without him. I think Chris Paul, my not best friend, is going to be capable, at least in this game, with his pride on the line, his massive talent. We've seen over the years him take some disastrous rosters and make them competitive. And this is a good Suns roster, maybe even an excellent Suns roster, even without Devin Booker, and be competitive. I like the Suns. I know I got to give away some points. I'm not sure what happens going forward to Phoenix if Devin Booker's not healthy, but I think they do beat the Pelicans in this series, and that means I think they win this game.
Okay, so then let's talk about Chris Paul. I mean, you mentioned it there. His player prop is over under 20.5 points for this one, Bill. So where's the lean there for you?
Yeah, I love it. I'm just going to look down at my notes here because I just want to make sure I get it right because it sort of jumped out to me. 20.5, I'm on the over. He's career 18 points per game. In the playoffs, he's 21, and he's 24 points this year when Devin Booker in those, 14 games hasn't played. The thing about Chris Paul is, and we've seen this in a lot of fourth quarters over his career, regular season, postseason, if he just decides he wants to turn himself into a scorer, if he just realizes he's got to be the actual guy to get the buckets, he'll do it. It's not his preference. He wants to facilitate. He wants to make sure the offense actually operates and doesn't stagnate. But he can go and he can get his. I think he will. I think he'll understand that he's got to bring a little more just point total of the box score. I love the Chris Paul over because I think this is a guy who understands if he doesn't get a championship, it tarnishes one of the great legacies in point guard history, and he does not have a lot of time left. I think he is a bat out of hell tonight doing whatever he has to do to get the W, including scoring a whole bunch of points.
Agree, Billy Boy. I am hammering Chris Paul over points and assists, and I love this bet. I am hammering this bet. Jeremy, I love this bet like I love the Canadian national anthem. All right, I will give you this. The Canadian national anthem smacks around the United States national anthem. I think we need to go to God Bless America. I think it's a better song. I know we got the God thing. We don't want to really get that involved. I just think it's a better song overall. But the Canadian, glorious and free, like, you got to sing it like that, like an opera singer. You can't just sing it like here. It's like, I pledge allegiance. Boring. This bet's not boring. Give me over for Chris Paul.
Oh boy, Tim, you always leave me with a lot. You just leave me with a lot. You just always leave us with a lot. And I love you. And Bill, I don't understand.
Yes, and free. Walk. It's amazing.
I don't understand why Chris Paul doesn't like you, Bill, because I absolutely adore you. I think you're fantastic. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Tim, I love the national anthem. Joy, maybe we'll get some viral of you singing the anthem. Tim Doyle, Bill Reiter, previewing tonight's NBA games, giving you those money-making picks here on HQ. Thank you both. Enjoy the games tonight. May the gambling gods be smiling upon you. Let's recap those picks. Going the opposite way in terms of the game picks. Phoenix 2-point favorites, but Tim likes plus money with the Pelicans, and then he likes Chris Paul to go over in terms of points and assists. It's 33.5. Tim says hammer that over for Bill. He likes the Suns, and he's just taking Chris Paul to go over his point total of 20.5.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.